Okay. Good evening, everyone. I call this August 9th, 2020 meeting of the Albuquerque Bernalillo County Water Authority to order. Chair Clarissa Pena is excused. All other members are present this evening via video conference. And loose are all members present other than Clarissa Pena. Chair Pena.
We are missing Commissioner Piscotti.
Okay, well, she may come on anytime soon. We will begin with a moment of silence and then the Pledge of Allegiance. If you would lead the Pledge of Allegiance, Trustee Pablo Real. First with a moment of silence. Thank you.
Please join me in the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you, Mr. Rand.
Welcome.
As posted on our website and noted on our published Water Authority agenda, this meeting is being held via video conference. This meeting can be viewed live through different platforms on Comcast Channel 16, GovTV website, and YouTube. These live streams can be accessed from most smartphones, tablets, or computers. For those watching on the live stream, thank you for joining us. The video recording of this and all past Water Utility Authority meetings will also remain available for viewing at any time on the Water Authority Utility website. The Water Authority Utility accepted general public comment and comment on the meeting's specific agenda items in written form via email through 4 o'clock today. And these comments were distributed to all board members. We begin with the approval of minutes. I make a motion to approve the May 2020 minutes. Is there a second? There's a motion and a second by, looks like Pat Davis, Lord's hand. All those in favor say aye. Aye.
Darlene Piscotti
Then
has
we have
joined
to
the
do a roll
meeting.
call.
Aye.
So I will be in the roll call. You
Okay.
guys can all unmute yourselves and say aye. So Counselor Pat Davis.
Aye.
Counselor Jones.
Aye.
Member Nair.
Aye.
Vice Chair O'Malley.
Aye.
Commissioner Piscotti.
Aye.
Commissioner Quesada.
Aye.
Great. That passes.
Okay, there are no proclamations and awards. Public comment, as previously stated, public comment was accepted prior to the meeting by email. Go next to announcements and communication. The next scheduled meeting is on September 23rd, 2020 at 5 p.m. via video conference. Go next to item 7, which is the introduction or first reading of legislation. So we have Chris Cadena for item A. That's R 2019, authorizing an agreement for water and sewer service for Wintergreen Apartments.
Hello, Madam Chair, members of the board. My name is Chris Cadena. I'm a principal engineer with Utility Development. And this is for an introduction for a development agreement for an apartment complex known as Wintergreen Apartments. It's going to be located near the southeast corner of Westside Boulevard and Golf Course Road. It's within the city of Albuquerque, but outside the Water Authority's adopted service area. It lies within our pressure zone 2WR system and the trunk on the west side. So service is contingent upon connection to existing water lines that are nearby, as well as extending some public sewer lines. And the development will be required to pay utility expansion charges and water resource charges. Thank you.
Thank you again. This is the first reading. That we go next to item B. I didn't know if anyone had any comments about item A. No. Item B, R 2020, authorizing an agreement for water and sewer service for Sonata Green Apartment.
Yes,
Mr.
Madam Chair, members of the board. This is for an introduction for a development agreement for what is known as Sonata Green Apartments. It is an apartment complex within near the southeast corner of Paseo del Norte, Universe Boulevard, near the within the Volcano Heights area. It's within the city of Albuquerque limits, but outside the Water Authority's adopted service area. It happens to be within the pressure zone 4W system, one of our west side trunks. And water service is contingent upon construction of some public water lines, and sanitary sewer is also contingent upon, services contingent upon some sewer infrastructure. And they'll have a temporary lift station that will discharge to nearby sewer lines. This property will also be subject to current expansion and water resources charge.
Thank you. Are there any questions on item 7B? Okay, that takes us next to the consent agenda. There's nothing on the consent agenda. Go next to item 9, approvals. Begin with A, R 2015, approving and authorizing a New Mexico Environment Department appropriation for the Bosque non-potable water reclamation plant and reuse project. Liz Anderson speaking to this.
Good evening, Madam Chair, members of the board. We have tonight a authorization for, let me pull it up here. The, Bosque Reuse Project. This project, we'd like to recommend approval. We received a capital outlay from the state in the amount of $597,700. We'd like to recommend approval.
Does anyone have any questions about this particular item? No? Okay. So I guess I'd move approval. Is there a second?
Second.
Okay, I hear Commissioner Quesada seconds. There's a motion and a second. All those in favor say aye. If you just raise your hand and then we'll do roll call. Aye. Okay. Thank you. Luz, you're gonna just call the roll.
Yes. Commissioner Davis,
Yes.
Counselor Jones,
Yes.
Member Nair,
Yes.
Vice Chair O'Malley,
Yes.
Commissioner Piscotti,
Yes.
Commissioner Quesada.
Yes.
Thank you, that passes.
Thank you. We'll go next to 9B, R 2016, approving and authorizing a New Mexico Environment Department appropriation for the Tijeras reuse project.
Yes. Thank you. So for this project, we received capital outlay grant from the state in the amount of $690,000. This is for the Tijeras reuse project. And again, I'd like to recommend approval.
Okay, thank you. Are there any questions for Ms. Anderson about this project?
Darlene Piscotti has left the meeting.
Okay, so we'll go next to, I'll make a motion to approve. Is there a second? Second by Pat Davis. Councilor Pat Davis. All those in favor say aye. Aye. All opposed say no. What? No. You want to take the roll, Luz?
Okay. Counselor Davis,
Yes.
Counselor Jones,
Yes.
Member Nair,
Yes.
Vice Chair O'Malley,
Yes.
Commissioner Piscotti seems to have dropped off on the
No,
call.
I'm back.
Oh, okay.
I joined. Can you see me? I joined by video. Yes.
Yes. Okay, that was a yes. Commissioner Quesada,
Yes.
Commissioner Quesada.
Hey,
Was he-
I see him say yes, but I can see.
Yes. I'm unmuted.
That passes.
Thank you, Luz. Here we go next to item 9C, which is our 2017 approving and authorizing a New Mexico Environment appropriation for the Windrock on-site resource recovery plant project.
So again, this is a capital outlay in the amount of $1,395,900 for the Winrock Onsite Resource Recovery Plant Project. And again, I'd like to recommend approval for this funding.
Okay, are there any questions for Ms. Anderson about this project? Doesn't look like it. I move approval of R 2017. Is there a second? Second again by Councilor Pat Davis. All those in favor say aye. All opposed say no. Luce, you want to take the roll?
Counselor Davis,
Yes.
Counselor Jones,
Yes.
Member Nair,
Yes.
Vice Chair O'Malley,
Yes.
Commissioner Piscotti,
Yes.
Commissioner Casada.
Yes.
That passes.
Thank you, Luce. Well, there's a lot of this. Let's go next to item D, R 2018, fiscal year 2020 unaudited fourth quarter financial report. That would be Stan Allred. Thank you, Mr. Allred.
This is the fourth quarter financials as mandated as well from state statute. There's a resolution attached to this for the Department of Local Governments stating that the Water Authority has presented this to the governing board. On the first slide, there's only one I'm going to kind of go off a little bit in what you're seeing. When we generated this for operating revenue, it did not include what we do at the end of the year, which is a accrual of July's revenue. So we pick up revenue that was booked in July, but was based on June's consumption. So it belonged in fiscal year 2020. The actual revenue to date for FY20 was $229 million. Which was right along the same lines of FY18. FY19 was $224 million with the accrual. So we finished the year this year at budget. We were about $6 million above the prior year of FY19. Consumption levels were up, especially towards the second half of the fiscal year, and during the COVID crisis, we saw increases in consumption levels. Going to the next slide, year-to-date expenses, they're right at budget. We finished the year about $2.4 million under budget. The increase mostly you see here was the increase in the transfers, and that was primarily due to the increase to transfer to CIP from the operating, and then increases as well for debt service. And then later on in the meeting, you'll see a presentation from Eric Harrigan about some savings revolving around that with the refinancing of our 2011 and 2013 bond issues. Going to the next slide. Just real quick, it shows a straight line of each month of our expenditures that's been budgeted and how we spent based on those months. Again, we came in at about $2.4 million in the budget. The 1 year where we probably spent the most was August of last year. That's primarily for power and chemicals with increased pumping during the month of August. And that was last calendar year. I'm going to the next slide. This is our days cash on hand. We're still maintaining above 400 days of cash on hand. So our cash balances have maintained a steady balance. We're drawing down a little bit. And that just shows us a little bit that we're not having rate increases, and we're trying to draw some of that off of our excess revenue and continue to operate without having to impact our customers. The next slide, please. This is our year-to-date capital expenditures. We had a little pickup in our CIP this year. Again, these are projects that run 2 to 3 years out. We had a lot more work done on the non-reclamation rehab. Primarily that was done on interceptors. We had some interceptor collapses or sewer lines. And then we also did a lot of work on replacing some more water lines. Go to the next slide. Our debt coverage ratio is still extremely high. For senior debt service, we're at a 1.9 times. For senior subordinates, 1.7 times. Based on covenants, senior needs to be above 1.33 times, and we're at 1.9. Senior and subordinate debt based on covenants, it should be 1.2 times, and we're at 1.7 times. So we're maintaining well above our coverage levels, and it speaks highly of our credit worthiness. And we maintain a AAA bond rating with Standards & Poor's. Going to the next slide. This is our water use production. You can kind of see we were maintaining towards the beginning of the year. In July, under what we've done the prior year, we were right at what we did for fiscal year 19. As we got out to the year, you can see that we used much more water in FY19. That also created an increase in the revenue a little bit. And if we go to the next slide, you can see basically the same picture with the water consumption that we sold. So we were maintaining basically FY20 or FY19 levels until we got to about March of last year. And then as COVID struck, people were at home and using more water. And we go one more slide. This is the precipitation versus production. If you look at the prior slide, the month of November and I believe it was August of last year, those are probably the two lowest levels of water production, but those were our two highest months as far as precipitation. So it is a direct correlation between precipitation and our consumption levels. I stand for any questions, and and staff also recommends approval of this resolution.
Does anyone have any questions for Mr. Allred about this particular item? Thank you for your presentation, Mr. Allred. Is there a motion to approve? Like Pat's waving up. Pat, you want a second, Trudy? Okay. It's a motion by Councilor Pat Davis and a second by Trudy Jones for approval. All those in favor say aye. Aye. And then Carmen will call the roll.
Counselor Davis.
Yes.
Counselor Jones.
Yes.
Member Nair.
Yes.
Vice Chair O'Malley.
Yes.
Commissioner Piscotti.
Yes.
Commissioner Quesada.
Yes.
Passes.
Thank you. Goes next to item 9E, C2018, approving the increased price agreement cap, with Ovoqua Water Technologies, EWT, for biooxide and hydrogen peroxide. And to speak to that is Scott Salvas.
Thank you, Madam Vice Chair, members of the board. This is an amendment to increase a price agreement with Evoqua Water Technologies for bioxide and hydrogen peroxide. These are the chemicals we use to control odors in the wastewater collection system. The Water Authority has budgeted funds to cover this agreement, and I recommend board approval.
Okay, are there any questions, Mr. Salvas? And there aren't any. Is there a motion to approve? I can't see everybody, so there's a motion to approve by Trudy Jones. I'll second it. All those in favor, motion and second, all those in favor say aye. Aye. All opposed say no. The motion carries. And Luce, if you would do the roll.
Counselor Davis.
Yes.
Counselor Jones.
Yes.
Member Nair.
Yes.
Chair O'Malley. Vice Chair O'Malley. Commissioner Piscotti.
Yes.
Commissioner Quesada.
Yes.
That passes.
Thank you. Go next to item 9F, C 2019, approving agreement with Sandia Lightwear LLC. Cody Stinson to present.
Cody, you're on.
Good afternoon, Madam Vice Chair, members of the board. This resolution is to exceed the 500K threshold for Sandia Lightwave, which we're using for network services, video surveillance services, and card key controls for the new facilities we're building at the surface water plant. We recommend for approval for this item, and I stand for any questions if there's any. Thank you.
Are there any questions for Mr. Stinson? I move approval of C 2019. Is there a second? There's a second by Ms. Nair. Motion and a second to approve this item. All those in favor say aye. Aye. All opposed say no. And so Lucy would give the call. It passes unanimously.
Counselor Davis?
Yes.
Counselor Jones?
Yes.
Member Nair?
Yes.
Vice Chair O'Malley?
Yes.
Commissioner Piscotti?
Yes.
Commissioner Quesada?
Yes.
That passes.
Thank you. Next item G, 9G, C 2020, approval of a contract with 3D Security Services Group, LLC for security guard services. Andres Santiago to present.
Yes, good evening, Madam Chair, members of the board. Andres Santiago, the Risk Manager for the Water Authority, seeking approval, your recommended approval for contract with 3D Security Services. Security services that will provide security for all our facilities to include our new customer service building. I stand for any questions.
Thank you. Are there any questions for Mr. Santiago? Doesn't look like it. Thank you.
Thank you.
Move approval. Is there a second? Second by Trudy Jones. There's a motion and a second. All those in favor say aye. Aye. All opposed say no. And those who do the roll call.
Counselor Davis?
Yes.
Counselor Jones?
Yes.
Member Nair?
Yes.
Vice Chair O'Malley?
Yes.
Commissioner Piscotti?
Yes.
Commissioner Quesada?
Yes.
All right, that passes.
Next item is 9H, C 2021, approving increase to price agreement cap with DC Frost for Trojan UV 3000 parts and services. Again, Mr. Salvas to present.
Thank you, Madam Chair, members of the board. This is an amendment to increase a price agreement with DC Frost for parts and services for our Trojan UV system. This system is used to disinfect wastewater effluent at the Southside Water Reclamation Plant. The Water Authority has budgeted funds to cover this agreement, and I ask for board approval.
All right, thank you. Are there any questions on this item? I move approval for item HC 2021.
Second.
Got a second again by Councilor Davis. There's a motion and a second. All those in favor say aye. Aye. All opposed say no. The motion carries, and Lucy, we do the roll call.
Counselor Davis?
Yes.
Counselor Jones?
Yes.
Member Nair?
Yes.
Vice Chair O'Malley?
Yes.
Commissioner Piscotti?
Yes.
Commissioner Quesada?
Yes.
That passes.
Thank you. Takes them now to item 9I, C 2022, approving increase to price agreement cap with James Cook and Hobson for, I can't even pronounce these things, Lech, and Aurora Pumps. So.
Thank you, Madam Vice Chair, members of the board. This is an amendment to increase the price agreement with James Cook and Hobson for Flight, Nesh, and Aurora pumps. We use these pumps to convey wastewater throughout our wastewater collection system. The Water Authority has budgeted funds to cover this agreement, and I recommend board approval.
Yeah, I'd like to approve item 9, move to approve item 9I. There's a second by Commissioner Quesada. All those in favor say aye. Aye. All opposed say no. And the motion carries. If Lucy, you would give the,
Yep. Counselor Davis,
Yes.
Counselor Jones,
Yes.
Member Nair,
Yes.
Vice Chair O'Malley,
yes,
Commissioner Piscotti,
Yes.
Commissioner Casella.
Yes.
That passes.
thank you, Luce. Go to 9J, C 2023, approving the increase to price agreement cap with Elite Energy Services and major engine overhauls. Mr. Sullivan.
Thank you, Madam Vice Chair, members of the board. This is an amendment to increase the price agreement with Elite Energy Services for major engine overhauls. We use this contract to service and repair large cogen engines at the Southside Water Reclamation Facility and some of our well pumps. The Water Authority's budgeted funds to cover this agreement, and I ask for board approval.
Thank you. Are there any questions about this item? Seeing none, I move approval. Is there a second? Okay, well, there's a motion and a second. Second by Councilor Davis. All those in favor say aye. Aye. All opposed say no. Motion carries. Luce, if you would call the roll.
Counselor Davis,
Yes.
Counselor Jones,
Yes.
Member Nair,
Yes.
Vice Chair O'Malley,
Yes.
Commissioner Piscotti,
Yes.
Commissioner Casella.
Yes.
Passes.
Thank you, Luce. Item K, 9K, C 2024, approving the increase to contract with Kenwood Consulting Group LLC for vulnerability assessment services. Mr. Santiago?
Yes, we're seeking approval, we recommended approval to increase the contract with Kenwood Consulting, an important consulting firm that the Water Authority uses. They assisted us with the American Water Infrastructure Act of 2018, which requires the Water Authority to perform a risk assessment and update our emergency response plan, which we are doing right now. So we are seeking approval for that. I stand for any questions.
Are there any questions for Mr. Santiago on this item, anyone? Being none, I'm going to move approval and yeah, second by Councilor Davis. His motion in a second. All those in favor say aye. All opposed say no. That item passes. And if you call the roll, please, Luce.
Counselor Davis,
Yes.
Counselor Jones,
Yes.
Member Nair,
Yes.
Vice Chair O'Malley,
Yes.
Commissioner Piscotti,
Yes.
Commissioner Casella.
Yes.
That passes.
Thank you, Luce. This is one last item for approval. Item 9L, C 2025 fiscal year 2020 annual inventory certification. Mr. Oliver?
Board, this is our 2020 annual certification, our annual inventory as required by New Mexico Administrative Code and by the Audit Act. We are required to do a physical inventory of all our movable equipment. That has been completed. That list is before you. And staff recommends that the board certify and approve that list. And I stand for any questions.
Are there any questions on this item from anyone? Yeah, move approval of C 2025. Is there a second? There's a second by Councilor Davis. There's a motion and a second to approve item LC 2025. All those in favor say aye. Aye. All opposed say no, and the motion carries. At least we do that's the last item for approval. We do vote.
Counselor Davis,
Yes.
Counselor Jones,
Yes.
Member Nair,
Yes.
Vice Chair O'Malley, Vice Chair O'Malley.
Oh, I'm sorry. You're breaking up.
Sorry.
Yes.
Commissioner Piscotti, Commissioner Casella.
Yes.
That passes.
Thank you, Luce. Go next to item 10, which is other business, and 10A OB 28, the customer demand report. Carlos Bustos.
Hi, Luz. Hi, everyone. Can you hear me? I want to make sure I'm being heard.
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay. Good afternoon, Madam Vice Chair, members of the boards. Floyd, can you go to the other slide, please? Okay. Well, last year we celebrated with cupcakes, our lowest per capita to date, but the winter season was not as good as we anticipated. And we're seeing the effects in our river. Here in Albuquerque, the season started out dry, and by February, outdoor usage was already about 200 million gallons more, higher than in 2019. And so far, we've had at least 11 record temperature days this summer, and July and August are amongst the driest in 10 years. The monsoon season started late and has not been a solid one. We're about 30% below average for 2019 rainfall in our region. And last year, by July, we had 6 inches. We had at least maybe 4 inches by August now. So it's relatively dry and it's been really hot. And so as Stan mentioned, we have seen an increase in usage because of the COVID response. Mainly residential usage is up by 11%. And commercial usage is down by 8%. These types of shifts are being observed in other cities across the nation. I've talked to some folks in Tucson and Las Vegas and also San Antonio, and they seem to be seeing the same patterns. The good thing is that overall usage is about the same as 2018. When I look at the weather patterns and compare it to outdoor usage for 2020, it's much higher than what it was for 2018 and 2019. 2019 compared to this year is about 2.3 billion gallons more for outdoor usage. So my first observation is that we're spending a lot more time at our houses and based on public health orders, and that's advisable. So we want to definitely encourage that. And so our yards have become our outings. That's our place to go. We're spending 7 days most of the time in our houses. So landscapes have become even more valuable for us. And given the type of weather we've had, I think that's one of the causes why we're seeing that concepted usage, because folks are doing a lot more landscape work, and given the type of weather, they're watering more. My second observation is the challenge that large landscape managers are facing with having to juggle more demand while having to spread staff and resources to best respond to the pandemic. The city and the county are perfect examples, and APS as well. So we're keeping an eye on this trend, particularly because, next slide, please, Floyd. Thank you. Particularly because the northern part of the state is facing extreme drought, and Bernalillo County is starting to show severe drought conditions, which means we may enter into a drought advisory status by September. In 2018, the board approved an updated drought action strategy. It's called the Plan for Customer Demand Reduction During Drought. And this drought reduction strategy focuses on 4 stages. The first one, as I mentioned, is the drought advisory and does not require any mandatory conservation. Basically, what we will do is increase public education. If Bernalillo County was to be declared as a severe drought, then we will enter that stage. The Water Authority will issue a drought advisory to educate public about drought conditions and encourage voluntary conservation. This has happened in the past, and just with more education, customers have responded, and we've seen a balance in usage. The other good news is that, at least for GPCD goals, we're still within our goals of 126 for this year. So in terms of achieving and staying in front of Water 2120 and what we set forth with our conservation plan for 2037, we're still within our goals. So nevertheless, we started, Floyd, next slide, please. Nevertheless, because we noticed this pattern of dry weather and hotter days early on in June, and now seeing August. Next slide, please, Floyd. August obviously has been pretty dry, And knowing that summer is typically the time of the year where we can get more back for our money, so to speak. When we put out public education, summer water demands tends to be the time in the year where more usage happens. So we wanted to make sure that early on June, we started with increasing education and started developing some programs for our customers. So one of the things that we looked at is that we work with the city, we work with the county, we work with APS and Clean Cities and the airport, so we can start providing agency leak reports and inspections. We figured that this was a good time because most of the sites are closed down, schools, so it would be a good time for us to kind of like help out our partners and start inspecting for leaks. So far, we found 73 leaks with an estimated savings of about 9 million gallons. That's in 23 schools. So we're working with APS, we're working with city parks and recs, knowing that they have limited staff or they gotta like work within what they have. We're working to provide these reports and also providing leak inspections. The other thing that we did and we launched this year and we have received numerous, we answer about 30 emails per week, is Ask an Expert. So we started this campaign. If you have a question about irrigation, if you have a question about landscape practices, if you have a question about checking for leaks in your house, then ask an expert. You can send us an email, and because we got staff working remotely, mainly from our homes, we have 2 staff assigned that are responding to emails on a day-to-day basis and answering all sorts of questions. It's been really great to launch that, and that's been an innovative thing that we had to do this year to reach out to customers because we're not being able to offer those on-site face-to-face consultations. The other thing that we're doing, and we're responding about 80 calls per month, is leak phone consultations. So we're doing a few things. We're reaching out to the customers that are signed up to the low-income customer credit program, which is about 780 customers, and we're sending them monthly letters reminding them about this program and calling us to see if they have a leak. If they have, then we guide them through the process. And we got a staff assigned that's working, and it's been really successful. Customers are really happy with the service. And then the other thing that we started in mid-July was a little bit more media coverage. We wanted to start that education early on in the summer so we can balance out the pattern that we were starting to see in concepted use increase. And it has worked. We've seen that for the most part, the peak demand has stable out throughout the following weeks when we started doing a lot more public education. So as in the past, with more public education, customers' response has been positive. So we will continue to do that. This year, we continue to do Seriscape inspections, and we're doing water use compliance. Of course, things are a lot more challenging. We're having to do those inspections without having to like really have that customer face-to-face contact and really work on solutions. But we managed to do that, and we're launching a new program. It's going to be an online university, and we're starting with the county and the city to train on landscape and irrigation practices. So a few innovative things that we're doing this year just to keep business going and conservation in the mind of the folks. I stand for question.
Thank you, Mr. Bustos. It's quite a program. It's exciting about the Water Smart Academy. Are there any questions for Mr. Bustos? I can't see the full, somebody's asking. Luz, can you watch for that? Because I don't see enough people.
Yes. There we go. Can you see everybody now?
Yes. Does anyone have any questions or comments about the report?
Madam Chair.
Councilor Davis?
I just wanted to say, Mr. Bustos, thank you. I hadn't heard about the Ask an Expert program or didn't realize it was a more formal program, but one of my constituents had a chance to share this with Mark, but sent me a message and said what a great thing it was that they were able to email and got a really quick response from
awesome
about one of their questions. I didn't realize it was more formal than that. It'd be great, and maybe we could ask you or Mark or David to send us out a little more information that we could all share as well.
Okay.
And otherwise, I think that'd be great.
Thank you. I will do that. Thank you.
Are there any comments or questions? Okay, I'll take this next to the next presentation, which is not mine.
Thank you.
Update. I'm sorry.
Thank you.
Thank you. The next is the OB 29, which is water use update and Rio Grande summer operations. John Stop.
I'm going to focus on 4 topics of discussion. Some of these have been in the paper a lot with respect to the Rio Grande operations. I'm going to give an update on sort of the Water 2120 key indicators, including water use and depletions on the river. Talk about the potential future operations and then what's going on with Abiquiu Reservoir as we transition, hopefully, to native water storage. Go to the next slide. So this, if you want to talk about how does an urban city transition to a sustainable supply, this graphic shows how that happened. And you can see the green is our, we'll go through this. The overall use is the large graphic that has the green and blue and purple bars underneath it. When we were using 100% groundwater, the green graphic shows all that. And you can see that transition. In 2003, we started using reuse water, which is the purple. And then in 2008, we started using surface water, which is the blue. So you can see the transformation from 100% groundwater to this combination of combined uses, conjunctive management is what we call it, of surface groundwater and reuse water. Our GPCD has reduced from 250 gallons per capita per day for the number that we are on track for 127, as Mr. Bustos mentioned. But over that same period of time, since the 1990s, we've increased our number of accounts by 50%. So we've reduced our number of usage by 50%, we've increased the number of accounts, and we've transitioned away from the aquifer, which is part of sort of our 100-year plan, which is to get off the aquifer, uses the aquifer as a drought reserve, which we're going to use more this year. Obviously, this is a drier year. We are planning on using more during these drier years. So this is no different than what we had planned in our Water 2120 analysis. We looked at 100 years of water usage, and there was going to be droughts mixed in with good years. And so this year is no different than what we had anticipated and is part of our overall plan. Go to the next slide. So the great news is that the aquifer continues to rise. So as we have transitioned away from groundwater as our sole supply, the aquifer has started to rise, and you can see the graphics. Those are monitoring wells. There's 19 different sites in the Middle Valley that are located on the USGS website, and you can go there and look if you want to see that yourself, but you can see the dramatic change in the way that the aquifer responded to the 2008 change to surface water. We were dropping, the aquifer was dropping at 1 to 3 feet per year. We transitioned to surface water, and it's been increasing ever since. And part of Water 2120 is to watch the continuous increase of the groundwater over a period of the next 10 to 15 years, and then we'll transition to a series of new supplies so that we can manage that groundwater over the long term. So one of the key indicators of our use is how much are we consuming. That is what Mr. Bustos talked about today. When you're watering your yard, or plants are transpiring, or you're using cooling tower water or swamp coolers, we're consuming that water. That is, that water is gone and it's not coming back. And so this graphic shows the overall usage, which is the blue, and that matches the line that I showed you in the previous slide, that our overall usage has dropped about 50% over the last 20 years. The orange is our return flows. So the water that you flush down your toilet and you take a shower in your dishwasher, that goes down into the sewer, and then we return that water back to the river. And you can see that that line is pretty steady. That orange line is the return flows that we bring back to the river, and it's stayed the same. And the small change there is in 2013 when we started using reuse water for irrigation in the Southeast Heights and the South Valley of Albuquerque. So that was the non-potable reuse that we have on the south side. The most important graphic here is that purple line, and that's our consumptive use. That's the amount of water that we're actually using. So in the early 90s, we were consuming about 68, almost 70,000 acre feet of water a year. And in 20 years with our conservation program, we're down to about 40,000 acre feet. So a huge reduction, more than 35% reduction. Again, at the same time, our water use is lowered and the number of people that we're serving has grown. Now, what's the other significant indicator? And that's how much water is leaking from the river into the aquifer. So the state engineer requires us to pay back the depletions that occur on the river as a result of our pumping, and we do that on an annual basis. And you can see the pumping is in the green line, and the black is the depletions over time. And since the drinking water project came online in 2008, we've seen a significant reduction in the amount of depletions on the river. And that's important because that's our impact to the river system as a whole. So if you want to look at the impact of the water authority on the river, that's the number that you're going to look at. And we continue to reduce the amount of depletions on the river. Now, when we developed the drinking water project and as we transitioned to surface water, we knew that we were going to have to offset some of those water rights with releases of San Montano water. We affectionately called it the hump effect. But essentially, we needed additional water to pay back those depletions because part of our return flows was now going back to pay the river. And so that was part of our long-term plan and not some big surprise that happened to us. It's all part of the long-term plan that's been going on for a long time. One of the other tremendously beneficial issues as we've transitioned to San Montano water, that's Colorado River water. So the impact that we're having on the river is no longer depletions associated necessarily with native water. We're transitioning to trading those depletions with Colorado River water, meaning that our footprint, our impact on the basin as a whole continues to decline. Now, that's not what a lot of people are saying out there about municipalities and municipal use in the future, saying municipalities are going to be the problem in the future and they don't really manage their supplies. But that's exactly the opposite of the truth. We've been managing our supplies. We're very heavily regulated by the state engineer's office. And in fact, our impact to the river, our footprint has continued to reduce over the last 20 years, not increase. So that's the good news. If you want to go to the next slide. We've been talking a lot in the newspaper. There's been a lot of articles about the Rio Grande Compact because in that compact, which is a contract basically between the state of Colorado, the state of New Mexico, the state of Texas, and the Republic of Mexico, where we share in the water supplies in the valley called the Rio Grande. It originates in southern Colorado and it flows through New Mexico on its way to the Gulf of Mexico. There's a series of rules in there that dictate about how each one of the states are to operate. And one of those rules, which we call articles, is our Article 4, which is our delivery obligation into Elephant Butte. So every year, there's a certain amount of water that passes a USGS gauge called the Otoe gauge, and we pay a percentage of that water back to Texas at Elephant Butte. And so that, if you go to the next slide, that we keep a monitoring of that, and you can see this has been going back to the 1938 when this happened. And this is our delivery obligations and how we've met those delivery obligations into Elephant Butte every year since 1940. So you can see in the period of the 50s, there was a very big shortfall of debits. And then since 1980 or so, we've been above that line, meaning that we've been in compliance with the Rio Grande Compact for more than 40 years. There's been a debit on the river recently. And so we're going to talk a little bit about that in terms of the Rio Grande summer operations. You go to the next slide. So Mr. Bustos mentioned, obviously, we have below average spring runoff. You guys can drive across the river. You can see the river's drying up. The flows at Central Avenue have dropped around 100 CFS. We shut down our diversion as a result of that. In our permit that we have with the state engineer, we have a flow-based permit that requires that be a certain amount of flow at Central, which is 122 CFS, and we are not there, so we shut down the diversion early in anticipation of the drought. And so that's one of the measures that we can do to help protect the river. Instead of continuing to divert during a drought, we get off of the river and go to the groundwater so that we can protect the river and the senior water rights holders downstream. You go to the next slide. So the Rio Grande Compact commissioners approved the use of storage. If you've seen the articles lately, there was 38,000 acre feet that was stored in El Vado Reservoir, which is a reservoir in the Rio Chama. And it was stored because New Mexico was in a debit last year. So under Article 6, they were required to store that excess water for next year, for delivery this year. And the state engineer recently asked the compact commissioners to approve the use of that water, and they approved that. That water's in El Vado right now, and they've been releasing that water for several weeks now. And the state engineer actually put restrictions on how that water was going to be used. And the water master in the middle Rio Grande is the one that's managing that supply. And one of the restrictions that he placed was to maintain at least 100 CFS at the Albuquerque gauge, which is Central Avenue. And that's important for us in the Middle Valley because we're going to see the Albuquerque reach stay wet. Although it's a small thread sometimes, it's still wet. All right, the Water Authority, what are we doing? We're working on an agreement with the Bureau of Reclamation right now to lease 12,000 acre-feet of our water of San Juan Chama water to help get through the rest of this irrigation season. So there's an ongoing drought. That 38,000 acre-feet is probably going to run out sometime in the middle of September. And then the use of our water will help get us through the rest of the irrigation season to the end of October. And then we'll start preparations for next season. You know, one thing we've learned, and obviously we've been on the river a long time, and so has others, this season is important, and we're worried about making it through this season, but preparations for next season need to happen because we need to be prepared for what could happen, not for just irrigation and the Water Authority, but also for the endangered species issues. Storage of native water in Abiquiu. As we talked about Abiquiu, where that's a reservoir also on the Rio Chama, just downstream of El Vado. The Water Authority has storage rights of 170,900 acre-feet. And that storage could be a tremendous solution for the future. So right now we deliver to Texas and Elephant Butte without storing that water and without really actively managing that water. The water just flows by and we deliver water to Elephant Butte. But Abiquiu could be a place where we could store water and bank it and then pay that water back over a period of time, cooperating with a multitude of entities, including the Interstate Stream Commission, the Rio Chama Sequi Association, and others. So there's a unique opportunity for us to work with a bunch of entities to try to use that storage space more proactively instead of reactively. Next slide. And so one of the issues is how water is delivered into Elephant Butte, and then how can we reduce evaporation? If there's credit water in Elephant Butte, that water could be stored in Abiquiu upstream. We have less evaporative losses, which means that not only could the Water Authority potentially benefit from that, so could the Rio Grande Compact. So basically, the big idea is to use Abiquiu Reservoir and upstream storage as a way of actually actively managing the water resources in the Middle Valley. That helps make compact compliance easier for the state engineer, but it also helps only deliver the water that's necessary to deliver to Texas to maximize the amount of water that's available in the Middle Rio Grande. Under our policy in the Water 2120, as you guys know, we have several policies. One of the main policies under Policy I is to enhance our storage of native San Juan Chama and other resources. Go to the next slide. In Abiquiu, as I said, we have a contract for 170,900 acre-feet. We've been working very hard to acquire the additional property interests to increase that storage quantity another 30,000 acre-feet. And we also have been working really hard to store native water. Now, native water is different than San Juan Chama water, and it was authorized for storage in Abiquiu many years ago, but unfortunately, there were some legal stipulations that prohibited the use of that. Go to the next slide. So since 2012, and every year in 2012, 14, 16, and 18, we've been working with Congress to get an amendment to change that authorizing language, and that was authorized in the 90s. And the House just approved our language a few weeks back. We've been told that the Senate's working on the same language. So hopefully this year will be successful and allow us to actually begin the process of getting the state engineer's permit to store native water in Abiquiu. And it will be a shared resource. Obviously, we'll be the underlying property owner, but we feel like it's really an opportunity to share with a number of entities in the Middle Rio Grande Basin to help promote good water resources management and help to assist in compact deliveries. I think that's all I had. So, Madam Vice Chair, if there's any questions, I'll be glad to answer those.
Thank you, Mr. Stomp. And then, Luce, if you could get rid of that so I could see if anybody. Yeah. Well, that was quite a lot to absorb. Do you want to, does anyone have any comments or questions for Mr. Stomp? I guess not. Thank you very much, Mr. Stomp, for the presentation. We go on to item 10C, which is bond sales results. Eric Harrigan to present.
Hi, good evening, Madam President, members of the board. This is Eric with RBC Capital Markets. So before you, wanted to just update the board on the refunding results that the authority had. It priced its refunding bonds back in June, and we'll go through the presentation of that at a high level, but please feel free to ask any questions. So the authority refunded its 2011 and 2013 A bonds for present value savings. The total par amount of the bonds was $47,800,000. JP Morgan was the underwriter on the bonds, and Wells Fargo was the co-underwriter. Going on to the next slide, one other thing that I wanted to mention is that the authority continued to maintain its highest possible rating from Standard & Poor's of AAA. On the day of pricing, we went into the market at about 10 a.m. We received very strong orders throughout the order period, and by about midday, we had locked in the exact interest rates on the bonds, and we can talk. We'll cover what the actual savings to the authority were in just a couple of slides. On the next slide, please. So for the 48 million of bonds that the authority was in the market to sell, the authority ended up receiving $368 million in orders. So it was a very, very strong, very strongly supported by investors. Again, the very strong rating that the authority has, as well as the structure of the bonds. Going on to the next slide, please. So during the initial order period, due to feedback and due to the strong investor order input, the rates were reduced by about 15 basis points across the board from the initial rates that we went out to market the bonds. And at 8.42%, all the way out to 2.6% on the next slide. So financing, mentioned, it refunded the 2011A and the 2013 A bonds. The refunding maintained the existing maturity of the both the 11 and the 2013 bonds. There was no extension of any of the authority's debt. It was just purely for interest rate savings. Next slide, please. At the end period and once on rates, the total savings to the authority for both financings was just under 5.2 million. The total present value savings was 5,199,000, and on a present value basis, it accounts for 12% of the par amount refunded. When we were originally looking at this funding, we were estimating savings going to be around the 3.8 to 3.9 million. The authority hit the market at a good time, and due to that, due to the strong demand by investors, the savings exceeded what we had originally anticipated. And so the authority effectively was able to replace debt that had an average rate of 4.82% with rates of 1.75%. And it was a terrific result. Next, so from a annual savings refunding, will save the authority approximately $350,000 annual service payment over 16 years, and then about 170,000 in 2037 and 2038. And with that, brings me to the conclusion of my case. Provided, but I'd like to turn it over to see if the board has questions.
Thank you. Is that the last slide?
We provided some more detail on the refundings, some of the additional slides. I'd cover those if you would like for me to.
Oh, no, that's fine. I thank you. That's very welcome news to see. That's a great deal of savings. So, does anyone have any questions for Mr. Harrigan? No? Well, thank you very much for that presentation. As I said, welcome news on the significant savings to the authority.
Thank you, Madam Chair.
I think that's the end of the agenda. Thank you very much, everyone, for attending tonight's meeting. And this meeting is adjourned.